We will now go over system flow diagrams for both the mechanical and wood pencils. So the first step in the life cycle of a wood pencil begins with material extraction. Cedar wood is extracted from a lumber forest, which is then transported to a lumber mill where the wood is cut and treated with chemicals in order to extend the shelf life of the wood. As a result, there will be air pollutants from transportation, which include carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and hydrocarbons. There will also be energy expended at the factory for the refinement of the wood. In a separate process, the earth is harvested from materials such as pumice for the eraser, clay and graphite for the lead, and the aluminum for the aluminum furrow. Once these materials, along with the refined wood, are finished being collected, they are then sent off to the manufacturer where the wood pencils will finally be constructed. We cannot forget about the transportation and the air pollutants associated with this transaction. The parts of the wooden pencil, which include the wooden body, the graphite and clay lead mixture, the aluminum ferrule, and the eraser, are all assembled at the manufacturing company where energy is expended to make this process happen. These newly manufactured pencils will then be shipped off to the packaging facility where plastic will be imported for the wrapping of the pencils, as well as cardboard for the wrapping of pencils, as well as for the boxing of the pencils for distribution. These pencils are then sent to retailers for distribution to users for consumption. There is transportation at this stage or between these stages, but at a much more local level. After consumption, leftover materials can either be sent off to the landfill or off for recycling. Broken pieces of wood, wood shavings, and the graphite and clay lead can all be sent off to the landfill where they will be decomposed fairly quickly, for they are biodegradable materials. The aluminum ferrule and the rubber can be used in recycling. However, these materials are usually so small that process doesn't even really seem worth it. Regardless of what path we choose, landfill or recycling, we cannot forget the process involved.
Here we go!
Pardon the interruption, but now it's time to cover mechanical pencils. The life cycle of the mechanical pencil begins with the extraction of oil from underneath Earth's surface. This oil is then transported to a refinery where it is transformed into a thermoplastic polymer known as polypropylene, which composes the parts of the mechanical pencil. The same pumice, clay, and graphite is mined from the earth in order to make the eraser and the lead for the pencil. However, instead of aluminum, stainless steel is harvested in order to make the coil spring mechanism to aid in the functioning of the mechanical pencil. Once these materials are collected, along with the plastic parts, they are then sent off for product fabrication. In this phase, the parts of the mechanical pencil are assembled at the manufacturing company where energy is expended to make this process happen. These pencils are then shipped off to the packaging facility where once again, cardboard and plastic is imported into the facility in order to package and distribute the mechanical pencils to the retailers. Once again, the pencils reach the retailers where they can be sold and distributed to consumers for usage until they reach their end life. So the end life of the pencil comes around. We have two courses of action. We can either send it to the landfill or we can just straight up reuse it. The downside to sending it to the landfill is that the components are not biodegradable, so that kind of makes that solution not a really good one. We can't forget about the effects of the transportation, so maybe we just shouldn't go there. One could simply reuse their mechanical pencil by taking it to a local retailer and buying a pack of leads. This would help cut down on transportation emissions, and this would also cut down on the waste from the pencils. And there you have it, the system flow diagrams for both a mechanical and wood pencil.
Created using Powtoon.